seniors still struggle with health care bills. Our job is to improve Medicare, not to cut it. Mr. Trump, we are going to hold you accountable. You told the seniors of this country you were on their side. You told working people you were on their side. You said you would not cut Social Security. You would not cut Medicare. You would not cut Medicaid. You know what? Millions of us are going to demand that you keep your promise. And we're going to tell the Republican leadership in the House, we're going to tell the Republican leadership in the Senate, forget about all of your plans to voucherize Medicare, to raise the retirement age for Social Security, to slash Medicaid. It ain't going to happen.
Folks, when will Congress pass a $200 monthly Social Security boost? And what is happening to the federal unemployment aid? Welcome back to my channel, everybody. In today's video, I'll be answering your questions on Social Security, unemployment benefits, and the stimulus checks. So you guys don't want to miss out on this very important stimulus video.
Into a nightmare for the American people. And when they do so, they say, well, it's not going to cost the current seniors anything. No, current seniors will pay more with their budget and their plans for the Affordable Care Act to open up again the donut hole, to take hundreds of billions of dollars out of Medicaid, which is about long-term health care for our seniors.
Now folks, Social Security provides monthly income to 71 million Americans, but a poll found that 70% of recipients believe the retirement program is going to bust. Working Americans pay 6.2% of their income, up to $142,000 to fund Social Security. Their employers match it. For the last 40 years, the program has intentionally collected more than it needed, depositing the excess in trust funds to help fund the retirement of millions of baby boomers. Many are concerned about Social Security and the two important changes that happened in 2021. So first, in 2021, Social Security retirees saw a 1.3% benefit increase. This occurred because of a cost of living adjustment, or COLA. These happen in most years when the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers shows that prices rose from year to year. Now, while COLAs are supposed to ensure Social Security benefits don't lose buying power, they have not done a great job of it, and retirees have actually seen their benefits lose 30% of their value over the past 2 decades. In fact, this year's raise was so small, some retirees may not have even noticed, while retirees may be on track to get a larger bump in 2022 due to rising inflation. The periodic changes that result from the COLAs often don't do enough to make a meaningful difference in most seniors' budget. There was another change that happened this year, which the majority of Americans are unaware of. There was an increase in the wage-based limit. The wage-based limit is the max amount of wages subject to Social Security tax. In 2020, it was $137,000, but in 2021, it went up to $142,000. Most Americans didn't notice this change though. That's because it impacts only a small percentage of people who have earnings above the limit. Everyone who earned $137,000 in 2020 already paid Social Security taxes on the entire amount of money that they made at the job. But for those with an income above this amount, they received some income that wasn't subject to Social Security tax at all. The increase in the wage-based limit to $142,000 means they'll pay taxes on up to $5,100 of more income. The wage-based limit exists because Social Security benefits are directly based on average wages earned over the course of your career. But the program is not designed to pay out tens of thousands of dollars in monthly benefits to people with very high salaries. President Biden wants to make a change to the system by imposing Social Security taxes on incomes above $400,000, and that will create a donut hole. So wages between $142,000 and $400,000 would go untaxed, and then earnings above this threshold would again be subject to Social Security taxes. However, he would also change the rules, so those who paid on their higher earnings wouldn't get bigger benefits as a result of the extra taxes. And this will create a donut hole, so wages between $142,000 and $400,000 would go untaxed, and then earnings above this threshold would again be subject to Social Security taxes. However, he would also change the rules, to those who paid on their higher earnings wouldn't get bigger benefits as a result of the extra taxes. Several Democratic senators also support giving Social Security beneficiaries an extra $200 per month during the crisis. Democratic Senators Elizabeth Warren and Ron Wyden as well as Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, have put a plan forward. The extra income would apply to all Social Security, veterans, and Supplemental Security Income, or SSI beneficiaries. The bonus money would continue through the end of 2021, adding up to an extra $4,000 over the next 2 years. However, the Democrats did not stipulate how they would offset the cost of the increased benefits in their plan. The proposal was part of the Senate Democrats' Phase 3 proposal that calls for at least $750 billion to help fight the crisis and the effects it's having on the U.S. economy.
State and local governments had to lay off tens of thousands of educators and first responders. Many are now back on the job thanks to the rescue plan. In fact, in May, state and local governments added 103,000 education jobs, returned them to work. These funds are continuing to get out this month to support state and local governments, which will help get more people back to work.
I'm here at Queensbridge Houses because Queensbridge Houses, like so much else of public housing in New York City, has been disinvested in. The feds, the city, the state have taken money out. People can't live a decent life anymore. We are fighting to get $80 billion in the federal budget, $40 billion of which is going to go right here to NYCHA. We're going to make sure the tenants, the residents have say over where that money goes and make these places livable like they were 50 years ago.
I'm Senator Mike Gennars. I want to give all thanks to Chuck Schumer. He is fighting for our communities like always. We need the help here. There's broken elevators. There's buildings without gas that goes on for months. These people need help. They need the resources to live a respectful life.
I'm Bishop Mitchell G. Taylor from Urban Upbound, and I am speaking for people that can't speak for them.
And the list goes on.
I was on the basketball team. We weren't that good. Our motto was, we may be small. And my friends, all signs suggest a fight is coming. I know. During the campaign, President-elect Trump promised to save Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. He even made it explicit that he disagreed with most Republicans in his party on these Social Security safety net programs. He even criticized them for their position. That was then, this is now. Over the last couple of weeks, Republicans here in Washington are already threatening to privatize Medicare. That's no surprise. It's been part of Speaker Ryan's budget for years. But the president-elect has been silent. James Madison High School of Brooklyn, New York graduate. Bernie was on the track team. I say to my Republican colleagues, turn back. Because we will fight you on this tooth and nail. We will win, you will lose. Turn back before it's too late. Security on ACA. With the help